Hello and welcome back to Angry Canadian Plays Starfield, Shattered Space. We are heading down to the planet Serpis to see what we can find out. Here we go to Dazra. Get ready for a lot of blah 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 blah. Alright, we have landed on Kavnik. Barun Kai.
Hold very still and choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live.
Cool.
We are no threat to House Baroon, I promise you.
You have no right to be here. You will tell me how you found this place. But it was lost. All communication ceased. There was no sign of it.
We had feared as much, but it is good to know for certain. Boris, I think we need not fear our guest. Perhaps, in this time of need, the Great Serpent has delivered us a gift.
Counselor, with due respect, we have not had unannounced visitors here in generations. It is a clear breach of security.
Blah blah blah
I do
blah
not
blah.
disagree, and I know that security, in whatever small form we can grasp it, is of paramount importance. But you must acknowledge the timing is curious. And perhaps our guest's intent should be determined before we take further action.
I don't respond well to that gun aimed at me. This was an accident. I didn't mean to wind up here. Just it jumped while my ship was docked.
You received the automated transmission, but you are certainly not who we expected to find.
Great Serpent, hear me.
Speaker, we are here!
We have reached out to you to seek guidance in our hour of need. The gate in the Citadel has been opened just to seek you.
What has happened?
Have I failed you? What is this place? Where am I? Why do you not show yourself? I strive only to follow your command. All must serve. Please, do not leave me in darkness. I seek only your wisdom, your guidance. Great Serpent, your children cry out to you. Will you not answer us?
Blah 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 blah.
Our leader, Anasko Varun, he has appeared like this over and over. So many of our people have been trapped in this state, these vortex phantoms. But usually they are hostile, lash out. Anasko is different. If only we could hear his voice, some reassurance that all is not lost. I am not able to go into detail. There was an experiment, an accident. Many of our people left in a similar state. While most are hostile, Anasko is. The Great Serpent spared him that fate. He's different. If only we could communicate with him. You could hear him. Despite the sightings, none have heard the word from Anasko in all this time, yet you claim to. Do not toil with me. Not about this. If you speak truth, you must prove it. What did he say?
I don't remember.
Aye, the serpent.
He said that? I heard nothing. Given the gravity of the situation, surely there is no way you would joke about such a thing.
Of course not.
It is no joke. The experiment was a secret, even to many of our own people. Truly, you did hear an Asco. You have been chosen.
Great.
People of House Varun, hear me. We have asked the Great Serpent for deliverance from our calamity, and he has answered us. This outsider has been chosen as the most unlikely vessel for the Great Serpent's divine providence. He will help save us all. Outsider, please. There is no denying you have been sent here as a sign. You must help us.
Well, sure.
But there are precepts that must be followed, principles that must be obeyed. Even in these dire circumstances, we cannot turn from Jinan Varun's teachings. You will be granted safe passage through Dazra and the lands beyond. No harm will come to you. On that, you have my word. You even have my assurance that your compatriot here will also remain unharmed. But to truly aid us, you must become part of House Varun. This is not a thing done lightly, and it cannot be taken back. Will you commit to helping us by becoming one of the promised? We, the people of House Varun, are the promised. The Great Serpent has blessed us. Our service to him guarantees us a place in the new worlds he will create when he returns to. A greater gift could not be bestowed upon. Thanks.
Sure.
Please, come with me.
My wife is Varun. Might as well.
Introducing myself. I am Malibor Dulkev, a member of the High Council of House Varun. I have been asked to represent the Council in this moment. Please, enter our city. You have my word that you will not be harmed.
By your
And
people.
I would ask that until you have become promised, you avoid the citizens of Dasra. They are not used to outsiders. Open the gate! You must enter without reveal for now. Surely you saw the scared citadel as you arrived. It was the center of an explosion of sorts that has annihilated most of our city.
Blah, blah, blah,
Lost
blah,
many of
blah.
our brothers and sisters.
Lots of blah, blah in this game.
We are still in danger.
You have been sent to us. I hope you can help.
Is there a problem, Makula?
This city is in shambles. The speaker is missing, and here you are leading some outsider through our sacred space? Why allow this husk to defile our city? Have we not lost enough?
Have faith. I believe this outsider was guided here by the Great Serpent himself. Soon, Serpent willing, they will be one of us.
One of us.
And be sure and pass your concerns on to the rest of the High Council, if you wish. I apologize for the interruption. There is a ritual intended for converts to be promised. It has not been performed in generations. We are fortunate that there are those still alive who remember the old ways and have remained prepared for such a moment as this.
Yahoo.
Eldinaza, I suspected we might find you here waiting.
I saw the ship land. Immediately that I would need it.
Excuse me.
Indeed you are. This is Inaza Kaisia, herald of the Serpent. She will guide you through the ritual. I needed elsewhere, but I assure you that you are in good hands.
So, the great serpent sends you to me. There is something about you. No husk that to walk the serpent's path, to enter this sacred cave, there is no turning back. You will be forever changed. This is a path you must walk of your own free will, alone.
Yeah, I've done that twice. I've been reborn 3 times or so.
Anointed, one of the promised.
I'm ready.
Then enter. And I, but this is a journey you must undertake alone. Your escort cannot follow. You need something, dearest? I can do that.
Right there, my love. Okay, come on. Let's go. Cable's like a dead end, lady.
Path lies before you, but it is up to you to walk it. It has served more than one purpose for our people over the generations. For a brief time it was on, but then in his wisdom, Jinan Varun saw fit to turn it into a way for those outside House Varun to be. That ended after the Serpent's Crusade. It feels right to see it used again now, in our time of need. Go on and continue to fulfill your holy purpose.
Alright, this ought to be fun. Ow, my eye. Okay.
I will await you at the end of the Serpent's path. Before House Varun, there were humans. First on Earth, then scattered among the stars. And like all humans, they were lost souls, wandering in the dark, looking for a path.
Great. I can go that way, or that way. I'm going this way.
One particular colony housed several hundred of these souls. They were each alone and isolated, individual tiny flames that could be snuffed out at a moment's notice.
Optional.
But Jinan encountered a great serpent and was given the gift of knowledge. He shared his knowledge with those around him and lit the way for them. They followed his guidance and his light, and they cast aside the burdens of their former lives. And thus, House Varun was born. Now you too have the chance to cast aside your burdens, to relieve yourself of anything that holds you back.
To relieve myself? How do I cast aside my burdens? that work?
The people's hopes and fears and dreams were entrusted to the Great Serpent. They made the leap of faith that brought House Faroon to greatness. You may now follow in their footsteps and take that same leap. Embrace the Great Serpent, and he will embrace you.
That's far.
The people of House Faroon settled this world, at first in these very caves. Shinangaru himself slept among them in these shelters. It was here that he spread the word of the serpent. It was here that the people of House Faroon first understood the truth of their place in the universe. And it was here that the people of House Faroon first understood the truth of the shroud. The Great Serpent's return. He will
Okay.
encircle the universe he created, and all those who do not follow will be cast into shadow. And the people weighed this knowledge against their former lives, and saw how they had been blessed despite the difficult new life that awaited them. You too will do well to feel that solace amidst the pain.
How do I contemplate? How do I contemplate the shrouding? Contemplate the shrouding. How do I contemplate the shrouding? Come on, I want to do these optional missions or quests, but I don't see. Oh. Okay. Get out of the prison water. Alright. That was, yeah, worth it.
Until that day comes, we are the voice and the hands of the Great Serpent. Our every act a sacrifice to hasten his return. Make now a sacrifice to prove your devotion. And remember, whether in life or in death, all must serve.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Was I supposed to kill that thing? Was that thing nice? I bet you I could have not killed that thing. But it was optional, and I did it.
Let us begin the final ritual.
Okay, I was gonna say let us begin.
While none since Chinangaroon have stood before the great serpent, we can all feel his presence. To solidify his bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this day, they represent different aspects of House Baroon's connection to the great serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offerings to the great serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise.
Called you. Okay. So strength, perseverance. And I put them over here. Nine. Wait a minute. Alright.
If you are
Whoa.
free soon, could we talk? I was just thinking about you. I
Always.
only have a moment. I am having trouble maintaining my composure. Finding myself in Dasra has been overwhelming.
Here we go.
No, I was not. After everything that we have been through recently, I worried I might never see this place again. For that I am grateful. If only this were just about me. The Great Serpent has always demanded much of us, as individuals, and as the whole of House Valen. But to see what has transpired here, it is hard to believe this is part of any plan. Truly, it is a disaster. I suppose that is true. Regardless, now that we are here, surely you must agree that we should do everything we can to help House Baroon.
Excuse me.
And I appreciate that. It is an incredible commitment you have made to become one of the promised. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined such a thing. I suppose that is true. All the same, I am glad to count you among us. I know we have much to do, but I did not want to leave it unsaid. Thank you.
Wow, chicka wow wow. Alright.
And so you arise, one of the promised of House Varoon. Did you feel the great serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew?
Yeah.
Yes. Your confidence is impressive. Through strength and perseverance, House Varoon will triumph over all that stands in its way. I grant you the title of Vindicator. All will know you. All will trust you. Above us, in the grand ship morning, jewel of the Varoon fleet, the High Council awaits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the great serpent. All must serve.
Come on, baby. We got to go. Where are we going? How do we get out of here?
Hello, Vindicator. Welcome, Vindicator. You stand before what remains of the High Council, advisors to Anasco Varun. We are all that is left after the disaster that has befallen our people. I represent House Dulkef. Jamal is from House Kadik, and we are joined by Lovek of House Vital. We are, all of us, hopeful that your arrival in Dazra and your clear connection to Anasco Varun, for the first time in weeks, represent some semblance of hope. I understand. Until you were one of us, we could not trust you.
By all means, Malibor. I can't wait to see how you spend this.
Please, can we just for a moment...
Can we just for a moment what? Discuss whether or not to allow the first convert to House Varun since before any of us were born? A bit late on that, it seems.
You were not there. You did not see Anasco. It felt different. We have already wasted so much time and...
You're correct. I was not there. Because you elected to travel to the spaceport on your own. And then decided this on your own.
Do not waste time with more bickering. Anasco, and by extension House Varun, suffers with every passing moment.
Of course, Lovek. My apologies. Please, Malibor. Do go on.
Anasco Varun, like his father before him, has relied on the teachings of Jinan to guide us. Anasco wondered if perhaps it was time to seek guidance directly from the Great Serpent, and so sought a means of reaching out.
Perhaps he found the teachings inadequate.
Careful, Kadik. You tread on dangerous ground.
I mean nothing by it. We simply were never consulted on the matter and do not know the full motive.
The point is that a series of experiments have taken place over the years, utilizing grav drive technology to hopefully make direct contact with the Great Serpent, similar to Jinan Varun's initial meeting.
And then something went wrong.
We do not know what happened. We were not inside the Scale Citadel at
Blah, 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 blah,
Had we
blah,
been,
blah, blah,
we
blah,
wouldn't be
blah.
standing here now. We'd be like the rest of them.
A great tide of energy emanated from the Scaled Citadel and swept across Basra. Much was destroyed in its wake. Those caught in the blast have been left in a state of confusion, trapped halfway between our universe and the vortex. The Citadel itself remains in such a state, right there and yet beyond our reach. We can only assume that the experiment is still running. Somehow, prevent. We cannot
Okay.
do it, so we cannot stop it.
Why?
It has only been a few weeks. There have been efforts to put together some kind of response, some plan. But they had fallen apart.
Okay.
Your arrival and your interaction with Anasco shows that the plan had been devised to access the Citadel, but the work stalled. The current head of our science team, Ekris, should be in Jinan Plaza down below us, towards the Citadel. Tell him about your experience with Anasco. That work on the morning device must proceed.
Very well then. Come, darling.
Do you know the scientists out at Hamadi Station?
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times. They seemed a little eccentric, but were otherwise quite nice.
That's them, yes. They're apparently looking for some help with their research. They made some kind of discovery that has them troubled.
Good luck finding help at a time like this.
Indeed.
Great, that's
Yet
an
the
activity.
city provides for the faithful, so who knows?
Nothing is truly impossible.
Okay, so we're going to end it here because we got all kinds of little things we can do. And I might do a little exploring. So we'll continue here next time on Starfield Shattered Space. That is the name, right?